what's held us back in online is really one, we've got proven models that work in the offline arena. Two, I think we have done quite a lot in online, but not of a scale that we could really shout about. And I think, you know, we haven't necessarily had the expertise either in-house or in the industry to say what are the opportunities for FMCG.
We've got a marketplace that's bigger than TV, allegedly, including search. But the reality is kind of why stop there? So if we've managed to get £3 billion worth of online advertising activity, and all it does is answer a DR question. I mean, not that generous, because obviously there is some brand stuff, which I think we estimate about 5% of that 3 billion that's spent is on brand. If you look at any other media channel that is available to a marketeer, the next highest percentage of DR spend as an overall is something like press with 15%. So you look at the other channels, you look at press, you look at outdoor, you look at TV and kind of everything else, and you say, well, they're doing a job which is predominantly brand based, and so can't online do that?
I think what's interesting about the digital world is it's very good at recording the things that are really easy to record. So your cost per click or cost per acquisition tend to be really easy to record. What we don't know yet, though, because we've been playing with this for quite a short period of time, is the other opportunities that it affords brands and to develop an equity, to develop trust and relationships with people, and to build brands.
You know, digital has so much data, and indeed it does. It has data which is actually kind of quite limited in terms of there's lots of kind of response metrics, but actually the sort of journey metrics are less clear. And so I know, you know, we have our own internal division working with agencies on interactive services, and I think it's about 50 metrics in some form or other that we'll be using to support our work with departments. But the kind of key question about how do these metrics fit in to the kind of broader journey is absolutely less well mapped. So I think we've got, and departments have got various econometric models. Very few have been able to isolate the effect of digital channels in particular. Although again we've had more recent studies where things like we've looked at the impact of search, one can see that the biggest impact of search is not within digital but across everything, and one suspects that absolutely the same is true of some of these digital opportunities, is that the indirect effects probably exceed the direct effects, but we just don't know enough about that.
It can add huge value to the existing media relationships we have. It may well be able to create new opportunities within the communications plan that we didn't have before, and therefore actually create new revenue streams for some businesses that just weren't, that didn't exist before. And so I hope for a number of different levels actually people can see the value in, from a consumer, from a trading environment, from a client environment, from a brand environment, that actually there's a way of adding value across all of those.
You know, we're only really beginning to understand how multi-channel planning is kind of working for us. We're only at the start of that, and without something like UKOM, it's very likely that the digital players are going to be behind some of that kind of advancement, behind some of the work in that area.